arriving in Bosnia, it soon becomes clear that qualifying for the World Cup was a matter of great pride for this small country, which had to fight so hard simply to exist. With the collapse of communism in Eastern Europe, Yugoslavia was divided into 7 countries based on old regions and religions. Unfortunately, the division did not happen peacefully. In 1992 in Bosnia, when the people went out onto the streets of Sarajevo to demonstrate for peace and celebrate independence, they started being attacked by Serbian snipers waiting on the mountains which surround the city. The pretext was to protect Bosnian Serbs. The complex and bloody war lasted nearly 4 years, left 150,000 dead and destroyed an extremely divided country. Today in the capital, the bullet holes are still seen on many buildings, including on the stadium of the country's biggest soccer team. A lot has been rebuilt, but the memories are harder to erase. The captain of Zajeničar is the only player from the national team to play for a club in Bosnia, not only because many are sold abroad, but also as a consequence of the war. Most of the international squad is made up of former refugees, children who escaped the fighting and grew up somewhere else. Muamer, however, did not leave Sarajevo during the siege, and he recalls trying to play football in the streets despite the dangers.
We play the football, but we have a fear, you know, because of war and some people, their kills, their dies.
Did you want to play in the street and your father said?
Yes, I want, and my father said that it's not possible now.
In the center of town, Samra says she'll always remember the difficult childhood in a war zone.
Carrying water was just one of many things that you had to do being a kid here, and you know, obviously what you remember from the period is that strong sense of fear that more or less never goes away.
The Bosnians now face new struggles. Poverty, unemployment and internal divisions are still abundant. They know the World Cup will not solve all the problems, but it can certainly help. The director of the Football Federation believes that apart from economic benefits, there is also a big social impact from the success.
An opportunity to bring people together, to unite them together, to celebrate together the national team.
Qualifying in such a short period is a great achievement.
Of course, it's a great achievement. It has been in a short period. We are a very small country with only 3.5 million citizens. If we compare with, let's say, Turkey or I don't know, some other member associations, they have 4 million registered players.
In October, when Bosnia confirmed their place in the World Cup, for the first time in history as a new nation, 50,000 people were in the streets of Sarajevo. From a distance, it may have looked like scenes from a darker past, but they were explosions of joy. The federation is confident of progressing past the group stage in Brazil, but in the streets, the young generation do not seem to mind. They have overcome all the odds to put the country on the football map, and this, they hope, will not just help forget their problems, but also to change an image which still haunts them.
Represent our country in some kind of a positive way. A lot of people actually are thinking about Bosnia and Herzegovina that it's some kind of a conflict zone still. But when we now qualify for the World Cup, people would see that we are still a normal country and that life moves on in Bosnia and Herzegovina, that's for sure.